Red flag on the speedway. Terry McCarl, Manny Rockhold, and Don Drow Jr. Off turn 4, green flag.
Lynch Jr. Knights will lead him into turn number 1. Look at it, Lynch Jr. out front. Scotty Neitzel runs second, Kenny Jacobs third down the back straightaway. Now Jacobs looks to the inside, Neitzel slams the door.
Here comes Casey Kane. Oh, Randy Anderson, Larry Ball Jr.
And they come off turn number 4, nice clean start. Lynch Jr. has the lead as they go into turn number 1.
Oh, Dennis Moore Jr. put the slide for life and narrowly makes it through turn 1. Down the back straightaway, your field working out.
Look at Kenny Jacobs now, looks to the inside at Lynch Jr. And Lynch shuts him off. Turn number 1, Lynch leads coming out of turn 2.
Kenny Jacobs takes a look at your race leader, Ed Lynch Jr. down the back straightaway. Casey Kane running third now. Kerry Madsen racing fourth.
Kenny Jacobs took the lead and Lynch Jr. takes it back. Lynch leads him down the back straightaway now. Kenny Jacobs closes. Look at your race for the lead side by side. Turns 3 and 4. Jacobs slow. Lynch Jr. up on the cushion. Looks to be Jacobs at the flag stand.
Kerry Madsen running third. Casey Kane now working the 4th spot on the bottom side. Scotty Neitzel running 5th. Skip Jackson 6th. Mark Taves 7th. Now Skip Jackson moves up into the 5th spot. Scotty Neitzel falling back to 6th. Mark Taves still racing 7th.
Kerry Madsen goes by at Lynch Jr. for 2nd. Madsen to 2nd and Lynch Jr. back to 3rd. Casey Kane runs 4th now. Skip Jackson cracks the top 5. Jackson to 5th. Neitzel back to 6th.
Kenny Jacobs rides the high side into turn 1 and 2, your race leader. Your race really now in that 3rd and 4th spot. Casey Kane hops the cushion. Here comes Skip Jackson. Jackson overtakes him in 3.
Kenny Jacobs leads. Kerry Madsen now closing the gap on your leader. Randy Anderson now off the pace, takes into the pit area. Anderson out of the race. Lynch Jr. now runs 3rd though. Casey Kane has closed the gap. Skip Jackson 5th.
Kerry Madsen reeling in your leader in turn 4, as is Casey Kane working on Ed Lynch Jr. side by side down the front chute.
Casey Kane noses ahead. Turn number 1 now slides up. Ed Lynch Jr. stays on the cushion. Kane has 3rd.
Kenny Jacobs, Kerry Madsen, Casey Kane, Ed Lynch Jr., Skip Jackson. Now Mark Taves working on Scott Neitzel. Your race now in the 6th spot. Neitzel the bottom side as Jackson moves around Ed Lynch.
Now goes to 4th, Ed Lynch Jr. back to 5th. Skip Jackson on the move up to the 4th position. Your leader, Kenny Jacobs, now clear sailing ahead. There's no lap cars ahead for about a straightaway or so. Ed Lynch Jr. tried a slide jump, didn't make it. Skip Jackson still 4th.
Kenny Jacobs comes off the bottom side of 4th, goes to the flag stand, rides into turn 1 high, racing into turn 2 up on the cushion. I'll take you down the back straightaway on the cushion. Kenny Jacobs leading the way, goes low into turn 3, works the bottom side of turns 3 and 4, working off turn 4. Here comes Kerry Madsen.
As Jacob moves up to the left, trying to put a lap, here comes Kerry Madsen. Look at your pass for the lead.
You've got a new leader, Kerry Madsen. Takes over the top spot as Jacobs rides 2nd. Madsen now trying to pull away from the field.
Madsen slides up, gets a little high. Kenny Jacobs a big run. Jacobs side by side. Kerry Madsen leads Kenny Jacobs off turn number 4. Madsen takes it to the bottom, turn 1. Now Kenny Jacobs, everybody backs up. Here comes Skip Jackson. And look at Skip Jackson going from 4th to 3rd. Now Ted takes a look at 2nd. Wayne Johnson off the pedal, turn 1. And Wayne Johnson, good job, brings the car off the track to the pit area. Skip Jackson looking for more, slides up, not going to happen. Kenny Jacobs holds 2nd.
Skip Jackson running in that third spot, trying to make the move as Dennis Moore Jr. also riding high. Now Scott Neitzel working on Casey Kane down the front, shoot your race for fourth, side by side into turn two. Casey Kane, Scott Neitzel racing into turn three. Scotty Neitzel with the advantage. Kane as we're halfway, and Ed Lynch Jr. with trouble in turns 3 and 4. Ed Lynch Jr. in trouble in turn 4. Off turn 4, green flag. Green flag's out. Kenny Jacobs, Skip Jackson side by side in 2. Here comes Scott Neitzel down the back chute.
Everybody shakes out coming out of turn 4. Madsen still your leader. Jacobs closing fast though. Look at Kenny Jacobs using the low line.
Kenny Jacobs trying to reel him in down the back chute. Kerry Madsen with that madcap horsepower racing into turns 3 and 4. Skip Jackson rides high, takes a look now at Jacobs off turn 4.
Here comes Calvin Landis now working the outside of Dennis Moore Jr. for 6th. Chad Kavanaugh now up to 7th. Kavanaugh on the move.
Dean Jacobs and Chad Kavanaugh battling it out as Mark Taves rocket past Darren Stewart down the back chute.
Chad Kavanaugh now goes by Calvin Landis. Kavanaugh using the low groove, the extremely low groove.
Kerry Madsen, Kenny Jacobs, Skip Jackson, Scott Neitzel, Casey Kane, Dennis Moore Jr., Chad Kavanaugh, Calvin Landis, Dean Jacobs, Darren Stewart, Jeff Patrician, Danny Smith, Mark Taves, Don Drought Jr. as the field works around the speedway.
Good battle shaping up for 9th, 10th, and 11th. Darren Stewart, Danny Smith, Jeff Matrician looking at making it 3 wide, turn 1. 3 wide continues through the back straightaway. Matrician comes out with the lead. Smith now, Stewart. That's the battle for 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Your leader, Kerry Madsen, working lap traffic down the back straightaway, as is Kenny Jacobs. About 20 car lengths the advantage between first and second. 1.1 second the advantage down the front straightaway.
Madsen up on the cushion. Jacobs slides up, puts a lap on Ed Lynch Jr. Skip Jackson still third. Neitzel a little further back. Now Casey Kane tries the high side. Side by side, blows by Neitzel going into turn 3. Casey Kane, big run. Dennis Moore Jr. works to the outside now, working on Neitzel and Kane. That's the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Dennis Moore Jr. to the high side, moves by Neitzel, blows past Casey Kane down the back chute. Dennis Moore Jr. on the move in that DZ71. Casey Kane falls back in line, as does Scotty Neitzel, Calvin Landis, and Chad Kavanaugh.
As Kerry Madsen continues to stretch it out, puts a lap on Joe Rowe. Look at Dennis Moore Jr. Moore Jr. putting lap on Ed Lynch Jr. Big slide job. Now Kane battles back.
Dennis Moore Jr. and Casey Kane. Oh, your leader! Your leader down the back straightaway off the pedal! Oh, and Jeff Matrician in turn 4, sitting on the high side. Kenny Jacobs bringing him off the bottom side of turn 4. Green flag. Dennis Moore Jr. Oh, goes to the bottom side. Nearly misses Skip Jackson for second.
Moore Jr. to second, now sets his sights on your leader. Look at Dennis Moore Jr. running the high side. Here comes Dennis Moore Jr.
Dennis Moore Jr. takes the lead in turn 2. The crowd goes wild down the back straightaway.
Moore Jr. leads Jacobs, now protects the bottom. Skip Jackson up on the cushion, Neitzel 4th.
Dennis Moore Jr. leading a race earlier in the season, had trouble, now high atop the positioning through turn 2.
Tough break, Calvin Landis off the pace. Another heartbreak for Calvin Landis. Tough break, Calvin Landis. Dennis Moore Jr. leads Kenny Jacobs. Jacobs now starts to reel him in down the back straightaway. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag. Oh, race fans. Oh boy.
28 down. Kenny Jacobs brings him off turn 4.
Jacobs with the lead. Now look at Danny Smith, works to the outside of Neitzel. Scotty Neitzel off the pace. Neitzel off the pace on the back straightaway. A white flag is out for your leader. Kenny Jacobs, 1 to go. Danny Smith runs second. Don Drow Jr. third. And checkered flag is out for Kenny Jacobs. Kenny Jacobs picks up the win at the no. Don Drow Jr. comes home second.
Kenny Jacobs, the winner, was disqualified after he did not make the 1,200-pound minimum. Don Dowd, the second-place finisher, was declared the winner.
Yeah, I got to thank God for that crew I got and that car owner, Mark Birch. Them guys did an awesome job. And I tell you what, I mean, I'm happy for my guys to run second, Goodyear tires and Eagle chassis, RPM engines and everything. But I really feel bad about what happened at the start. I know Terry ain't going to believe me, but I didn't mean to do it on purpose. Dennis got a little crossed up, and I turned to miss Dennis and got Terry. And I hate it for him because I wanted him and I to both be up here. And I mean, I know we're fierce competitors and everything, but I really feel bad about it. And I would never try to take anybody out, but like I said, I just have to thank my crew, everybody that helped, all the weld guys. I seen Gary Wright over there, Ronnie Martin, and a bunch of them guys helping out, and that's what made it all possible. And so, you know, I mean, I'll take second, but it's kind of a sweet and sour deal.
Give it up for Danny Smith. You know, Kenny was kind of messing around saying he's never been up here before, kind of lost directions. You've been up this